What information consumes is rather obvious. It consumes the attention of its recipients. Hence, a wealth of information creates a poverty of attention, and a need to allocate that attention efficiently among the overabundance of information sources that might consume it.
Overconsumption of mass media and information sources is an extremely dangerous thing. Now, the reason it's dangerous is because it clogs you up and it spreads your attention too thin. If you are consuming so much media, like I know a lot of people do, and I know I've done in the past, your brain, think of it like a sponge. Your brain is full of water right now. That water representing information and content. Now, when you're full of water, how can you expect to absorb anything at all, anything new? You can't. So what you need to do is wring yourself out, dry yourself of all of that information and media. That way, you're a dry sponge now. You can absorb information quickly. You're ready to absorb. You're waiting to absorb that information. And any bit of information you get, it's going to stay with you, and you're going to grapple with it and actually develop your own thoughts and your own ideologies.
And I think even apart from that, it over and above all, it helps your state of mind, and it makes you a lot happier when you are withdrawn from constant content. And
Yeah. Well, you find the basic day-to-day things a lot more
yeah,
pleasurable and enjoyable.
yeah,
You're more excited to go for a simple walk. That seems tempting now because you're so deprived of information in a good way.
yeah, yeah. And I think most people know that or at least the world around them is constantly consuming content and information. But I don't know if many people actually know the true harm that it can cause them. Because like Aaron said, when you're full, there's nothing more that you can do, and you're so spread thin that nothing new can come in. So,
and we can also go into discuss video games as well. That is another killer.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Hamza speaks about a lot. If you think of it in terms of you're leveling up in a virtual world, and your actual self in the real world, you're not leveling up at all. So as soon as you remove from that game, you've got nothing to show for yourself other than what's in that game.
And that's why it is so trapping, because in there you're this high quality man, you got all these different levels and ranks, but as soon as you're out of there, you're literally nothing.
Yeah.
Like you don't have level 14 on.
And that's what keeps you trapped in a way.
Yeah, 100%.
It's because you feel worse when you're not
Yeah,
in that game.
yeah,
And you need to pull yourself out of that, because one day you're going to wake up and realize you haven't done shit.
it's true. So I think the practical steps to alleviate just content in general, which is Netflix, YouTube, Instagram, video games, any other
Magazines,
Yeah.
anything of that type.
literally.
You need to consume a low media diet, a low information diet, as Tim Ferriss says.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the way to do that is absolute celibacy from any media at all. There should be as little outside influence as possible.
And that's hard in the modern day, man.
It's very hard.
Because literally everyone's addicted. Like you're heavily addicted to the internet.
And you're going to have to make calls. I mean, today I had a friend invite me over to come play games on his Nintendo. And I said no, because I'm not willing to sacrifice that.
Yeah.
And you have to be firm about this. And yes, you're going to go out, you're going to meet people, all your friends are going to be talking about the new Netflix series or the war in Syria. You're not going to necessarily know what's going on. You got to be okay with that, because you're making gains in other places.
Yeah.
And the best thing about it is also you don't have to waste your time with this stuff. Like if there's something really important to know, you'll find out about it.
And truly, I believe that if you are not at the top, whatever that means in your life, if you are not happy or satisfied with your life, you do not have any time to play. You don't have
No.
any time to
relax.
sit there and act like you've made it. Like you can't waste, because you waste so much time on these things. You don't have that kind of time yet. So I think we need to realize that.
Also, for people who want to create something for themselves, or start a business, or have an idea of something that they would be interested in, and you're feeling like you can't achieve that, that's because you're consuming.
Yeah.
Consumers do not create. So don't consume what other people create. Create what people consume.